Scott has ruled the Missouri Compromise unconstitutional, the only way to get around that and to sort of reinvent or reestablish the Missouri Compromise is to pass a constitutional amendment. And so the Crittenden Compromise is basically a proposal that we pass a constitutional amendment reestablishing 3630 as our line above which there'll be no slavery and below which slavery would be allowed. Now, you know, Lincoln could have agreed to that because slavery would not, you know, nobody's going to have slavery in Arizona, right?
I didn't
yeah, it has a timer. It's going to sleep. No one's touched it. But it's not passed, right? This guy is from Kentucky or something. He's in one of the border states. He's trying to, once again, he's trying to avoid civil war. You might argue that Lincoln should have taken it because those southern states where supposedly slavery was going to be allowed were, you know, they were definitely not suitable for plantation. But in any case, the Republican Party says they're not going to allow the expansion of slavery, and Lincoln stands by his principles, and he vetoes the Crittenden Compromise.
What is the Beard thesis?
The what?
What is that Beard thesis thing?
The Beard thesis?
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that at the beginning. The North is a capitalist industrial society. The South is an agrarian feudal society. These are two separate, fundamentally different kinds of economies, and they generate different political systems and different values. You know, a lot of people will say that the Civil War is really about people who are fighting. You know, you have to ask yourself, why are people going to go out and kill other human beings? What are they defending? What are they fighting for? They're actually usually fighting not to change stuff, but to preserve stuff. They're fighting to preserve a way of life. And the Southerners are trying to, you know, it's not simply they're fighting for slavery. That's probably too crude. They're fighting for a way of life that has grown up in the South. Slavery is part of that.
For the Crittenden Compromise, is it anything below 3630? Should it be like Latin America?
Yeah, it actually includes, it anticipates that the United States might have Cuba as a colony, so it includes Cuba. I don't know what else it would include, but, you know, maybe Nicaragua or something. And then the election of Abraham Lincoln. Remember, election of Abraham Lincoln is the immediate cause of the Civil War. When Abraham Lincoln is elected, before he gets to Washington to be inaugurated, several of the southern states have already seceded. Right? The secession of states has begun as soon as Lincoln is elected, before he even goes to Washington.